Well, congratulations, Stephanie and Greg, on this very non-windy day to get married. Yes. Congratulations on all the little moments that have led up to this final and culminating moment. You're about to enter into the adventure of a lifetime, the adventure of being married. You walk down here as individuals, but you'll walk away as husband and wife. And trust me, being married is an adventure, yes. Marriage is founded upon things like love and understanding and forgiveness and grace. A good marriage is two independent pillars holding up the same bridge. A happy marriage is a union of two very good forgivers. Marriage is not so much about marrying the right partner, but is becoming the right partner for each other as you enter into marriage. So in this ceremony, you will dedicate yourself to the happiness and well-being of each other. That's how you know it's love, when you care more about the other person's happiness than your own, right? That's the key to marriage. Good marriage must be created. It's like a garden. You've got to tend to it. You've got to plant it. You've got to fertilize it. You've got to pull the weeds. And the art of marriage, the little things are the big things. It is remembering every day to say, I love you. It is at no time taking the other for granted. It is having a mutual sense of values and common objectives. It is doing things for each other, not in the attitude of duty or sacrifice, but in the spirit of joy. It is huddling down in the sands of time and, It is not expecting perfection in each other. It is cultivating flexibility and patience and understanding and a sense of humor. It is having the capacity to forgive and forget. It's establishing a relationship in which independence is equal, the dependence is mutual, and the obligation is reciprocal. It is a common search for the good and the beautiful. It is discovering that you love for one another at its best will never lose sight or be blotted out by the commonplace experiences of life. So, before you guys get to the vows, do you mind if I just say a few brief words of encouragement? I'll make it brief. The sand blowing and the wind blowing. I have the secret to a long, happy marriage. I have it. Would you like to know what it is? Short memory. Short memory. Like, don't take up a job as a part-time archaeologist in the marriage and dig up the past and dig up last week and 2 years ago and on June 12th of 2007 you said this. That's probably not good. So let all that go. Just let forgiveness be a common thing that you marinate your love in. And remember that this day is a day in which you're committing to becoming the right person for each other, and that's a process, right? You're not perfect, you're imperfect, but you're still a perfect gift to each other, and you're agreeing to become the right man and the right woman as you grow in this marriage and every day and every year. So 5 years from now, you're a better man than you are today, and 5 years from now, you're a better woman than you are. That's what it means. A lot of times in our culture, people think you find your soulmate, but the reality is you're agreeing to become each other's soulmates on this day. And the other thing I will say is just accept each other as an unconditional gift from God. You know, that's what you are. You're just a gift. And if you want to change the marriage, focus on changing yourself, not the other person. It's hard enough to change yourself, let alone somebody else. So accept each other, forgive each other, love each other every day. Don't take each other for granted. And just a little tip to you, the groom, always date your wife, brother. Date your wife. Keep chasing her, doing all the little things you did to land her at this moment. You got to keep doing those things. Fan the flame so you have a flame to fan, brother. All right? Very good. All right. Now, are you all ready for the most important part here, the marriage vows? Do you want to put those in? And if you want to take each other's hands and gaze lovingly and longingly into each other's eyes, and don't look at me, I'm already married. All right? And I'll ask you first, Greg, do you take Stephanie to be your lawfully wedded wife from this day forward, to have and to hold, forsaking all others, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, sickness and health, love and cherish for as long as you both shall live? If so, with enthusiasm, you'll say, I do. That was very enthusiastic. Very good. And do you, Stephanie, take Greg to be your lawfully wedded husband from this day forward, to have and to hold, forsaking all others, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and health, to love and to cherish for as long as you both shall live? If so, also with enthusiasm, I do. All right, very enthusiastic. You have the rings, sir? Rings. You can hold on to them. Give her yours. There you go. Now, traditionally, the marriage ceremony is marked by the exchange of rings. The wedding ring is a symbol of the circle of unbroken love. It is a reminder that love is freely given and has no beginning and no end. No giver, no receiver, for each is the giver and each is the receiver. So may these rings that you wear this day and each day of your life always remind you of your unending love for each other. So with that, I would encourage you, Greg, to place Stephanie's ring on her ring finger and gaze lovingly into her eyes, and again repeat after me. Stephanie, with this ring, I give you the promise that from this day forward, you shall never walk alone. My heart will be your shelter. My arms will be your home. We'll walk together through life as partners and best friends. I give you my heart. Amen. All right, you'll take Greg's ring and put it on his finger and repeat after me as you gaze lovingly into his eyes. Greg, with this ring, I give you the promise that from this day forward, you shall never walk alone. My heart will be your shelter. My arms will be your home. We'll walk together through life, partners and best friends. I give you my heart. Now you'll feel no storms, for each of you will be the shelter to each other. Now you'll feel no cold, for each will be the warmth to each other. Now there's no loneliness, for each of you is a companion to each other. May beauty surround you in your journey ahead, and your adventure of being married has just begun. Throughout this wedding ceremony, you two lovebirds have vowed to love and remain steadfast and loyal to each other as you stood before your friends and family. You have formalized and sanctified your bond by exchanging wedding vows and rings. May your love be eternal and undying. As you might know, life is not always an easy road, and there are things that will knock us down that we never saw coming. That's for sure. So I would ask that you would be a source of strength to each other in times of need, a counselor to each other in times of uncertainty, a comfort in times of sorrow, and a companion in all your joys. And may you love each other so much that people say, God's a good God to put these two together. May you have that sort of love. So, Greg and Stephanie, you declared before all of us you'll live together in marriage. You have made special promises, which have been symbolized by the joining hands, taking vows, and giving and receiving of two rings. So, by the authority vested in me, by the state of Texas, and indeed by God above, I will pronounce that you are now bona fide, legal, husband and wife. And Greg, you may kiss your bride once or 30 times.
Baby, lay on back and relax. Kick your pretty feet up on my dash. No need to go nowhere fast. Let's enjoy right here where we at. Who knows where this road is supposed to lead? We got nothing but time. As long as
Let's
you
do
right
this for
here
us.
next to me, everything's gonna
Congratulations.
be alright. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. So won't you ride with me, see where this thing goes. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, if it's meant to be.
I don't mean to be so uptight, but my heart's been hurt a couple times by a couple guys that didn't treat me right. I ain't gonna lie, cause I'm tired of the fake love. Show me what you're made of, boy, make me believe.
Whoa, hold up, girl, don't you know you're beautiful? And it's easy to see. meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. So won't you ride with me, ride with me, see where this thing goes. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, if it's meant to be. So come on, ride with me, ride with me, see where this thing goes. So come on, ride with me, ride with me.